Hi everyone. So in today's video, we are going to discuss about convolution using tabular method and also convolution using matrix method. So first we are going to look with convolution using tabular method. Okay. So this can be analyzed by using an example. So the question is, find the convolution of x of n which is equal to 2 del of n plus 1 minus del of n plus del of n minus 1 plus 3 del of n minus 2 and h of n which is equal to 3 del of n minus 1 plus 4 del of n minus 2 plus 2 into del of n minus 3 using the tabular method. So you can see here the discrete signal is represented in terms of impulses, right? So how can we write the sequence of x of n? So the sequence of x of n is equal to the sequence of x of n is equal to, this is 2 into del of n plus 1, which means here the value is 2 with index what, minus 1, as it is multiplied by del of n plus 1, means here the position will be minus 1. If del of n plus 1 means the position is minus 1. Okay, now plus minus 1 into del of n, right? So the value will be minus 1 and del of n means the position is, del of n means the position is 0. Okay, and plus 1 into del of n minus 1 means the value is 1 and del of n minus 1 means the position is 1, and 3 into del of n minus 2 means the value is 3 with position 2, because here we are multiplying del of n minus 2. Similarly, we can write h of n as h of n is 3 into del of n minus 1, means here the value is 3 with position 1, because we are multiplying del of n minus into del of n minus 1, and plus 4 into del of n minus 2 means the value is 4 with position 2, and 2 into del of n minus 3 means the value is 2 with position 3. So here we have no starting position, that is not starting position. Here we have no 0 with us. So in order to add the 0th position, I am going to add a 0 and representing this as my 0th position. Now if you see this makes no change, right? This makes no change. Why? Because if you are adding here zeros, our signal remains the same. Okay. Now, and for the tabular method to be implemented, the number of elements present in that is, if x of n has 4 elements, then h of n should also contain 4 elements. Okay. Now, if we analyze this, what is the starting address of x of n? It is minus 1, right? That means n1 is equal to minus 1. Now what is the starting address of h of n? It is 0, right? So n2 is equal to 0. Then what will be the starting address of our output y of n? It is equal to n1 plus n2, that is minus 1 plus 0. Minus 1 plus 0, that is minus 1. Okay. Now the output has a length. Now the length can be calculated by this contain 4 and this contain 4. So 4 plus 4 minus 1, that is 7. Now how can we write, and now how can we find out convolution using tabular method? For that, if you have write x of n as a row and h of n as a column. Here you can see our x of n is being written as a row, so 2 minus 1 1 3, and here h of n is written as column 0 3 4 2. Now how the elements are found out? So this 0 can be found out by multiplying 2 into 0, and this 0 can be found out by multiplying minus 1 into 0, that is 0, and this 0 is found out by 1 into 0, and this element can be found out by multiplying 3 into 0. Similarly, this element can be found out by multiplying 2 into 3, 6, and this element can be found out by multiplying minus 1 into 3, and this element can be found out by multiplying 1 into 3, that is 3, and this element can be found out by multiplying 3 into 3, that is 9. Similarly, 2 into this element can be found out by 2 into 4, 8, then 4 into minus 1, minus 4, 4 into 1, 4, 4 into 3, 12, 2 into 2, 4, 2 into minus 1, minus 2, 2 into 1, 2, and 2 into 3, 6. Okay, so we filled this elements. Now we have to now we have to find the y of n, right? So how can we find y of n? So the y of n can be found out by, so our first element is, so just draw a diagonal like this, okay? A diagonal, sorry, my diagonal is not being correct. So if you look the green line here, you can see, just draw diagonal like that, okay? Just draw diagonal like that. Now our first element will be 0. The second element can be found out by adding 6 plus 0. 6 plus 0 is nothing but what? 6. Now our third element can be found out by 8 plus minus 3 plus 0. So 8 minus 3 is 5. Now our next element can be found out by adding 4 plus minus 4 plus 3, that is 3. Now our next element can be found out by adding 9 plus 4. 9 plus 4 is 13. 13 minus 2 is 11. And our next element can be found out by adding 12 plus 2, that is 14. And this last element will be 6. Now how we are going to find out the this 0th position? So if we have to find out the 0th position, we know that our signal starts with minus 1. So this position will be minus 1. So the next position will be 0. So you can put an arrow on 6. Now if this line, I don't know if this line is clear to you or not. So this is the line, okay? So I can't, because I am using lab, that I can't draw a straight line. It's very difficult to draw it. Okay. So you can see this will be our first element, and the second element will be 6 plus 0, that is here. Then this will be 8 minus 3 plus 0, that is 5. So you have to draw diagonal like this in order to find the elements. Then 4 minus 4, 0 plus 3, the next element 3, then minus 2 plus 4 plus 9, 11, 2 plus 12, 14, and 6. Like this you can find out. So this is a very simple method in order to find the convolution. We don't if you look the graphical method and the basic equation method, it's very lengthy and time consuming, but the tabular method, it's very simple to find, right? Now the next method is convolution using matrix method. So this can also be analyzed by using an example. Now here also we have a question. Find the convolution of x1 of n, which is equal to 2, 3, and x2 of n, 6, 2, 1, 0, 1, 1. So we understood that our x of 1, so our x of 1 starts at 0. So our x of n starts at 0, and x2 of n starts at 1. This is 0, right? This is 0. So this will be minus 1. This will be minus 2. So our x2 of n starts with minus 2. So our output y of n starts at 0 plus minus 2. That is, our output starts with 0 plus minus 2. That is minus 2. So this is minus 2. Okay. And the output has a length of, so the length of output is the number of elements contained in x1 of n is 2, and that of x2 of n is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. So the total length will be 2 plus 6 minus 1. What is 2 plus 6? 8. 8 minus 1 is 7. So 7 is the length. So add 1 0 to the second sequence to make it length 7. So you have to make the second sequence as the length of the output. So if suppose in this case the length is 7, if in another case if you are getting the length as 5 and your sequence is only, your second sequence is only of length 3, then add just 2 zeros to the what the second sequence. So here you have the length of the output is 7. So here you have to, now the next step is to make the x2 of n as the equal size of our output length. What is our output length? Our output length is 7, right? So we have to make the length of the x2 of n as 7. So we have to add a 0 right here. Okay, so we have to add a 0 here. That is said here. Add one 0 to the second sequence to make it length 7. Already, because if we see here the size is 6, so in order to make it 7, we have to add one 0. Arrange the second sequence in the form of a matrix, the columns of which are obtained by rotating the sequence, and multiply with the first sequence arranged as column matrix to get the result. If you check our x of 1, so here I am going to. So our x1 of n should be written as a column matrix. So what is this? 2 and 3, right? So if you check here, this is a 2 by 1 matrix, right? Okay. Now the next step is to write this as what? Matrix. So this can be written as matrix as 6, 2, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0. And you should rotate this 0 by 1. So you have to rotate the sequence by 1, that it will be. So if you rotate it once, we will get this becomes 0 here, this 0 comes here, and this 6 comes here, 6 comes here, and this 2 comes in this position, and the 1 come in this position, and the 1 come in this position, and 0 comes in this position, and 1 and 1. So if you check this, these two matrices can be multiplied, right? Because if you check the order of this matrix, it is 2 by 1, and if you check the order of this matrix has 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 7 elements. So this matrix is 7 by 2 matrix, and if you check if they are if this matrix can be multiplied if the number of rows is equal to number of columns, right? Here the number of rows is equal to number of columns, so this can be multiplied. Similarly, so that's how you have to make the matrix. So here it contains 2 rows, which means this matrix needs two columns, right? So if we write 6 2 1 0 1 1 0, then one more column is needed. That means you should rotate it by 1. Okay, so you will get this, that is 6 2 1 0 1 1 0 and 0 6 2 1 0 1 1. Just multiply it with 2 and 3. So by the matrix multiplication, you will get 12, 22, 8, 3, 2, 5 and 3. And this is the origin, this is the 0th position, yes. And here how this becomes 0th position, because we know the starting of this y of n is -2. The starting index of y of n is -2. So what will be 12? The index of 12 will be -2, and that of 22 will be -1. So this becomes 0, right? So at the value of 8, you will get the position as 0. So that is shown here. So if you analyze this matrix method and the tabular method, you can see that they are very easy, and they do not consume much time compared to convolution using graphical method and convolution using basic equation, because they consume too much time and there are so much to do in both the methods. But these methods are very simple, that is convolution using tabular method and convolution using matrix method is very simple and they can be done within minutes, right? Now, next we are going to analyze the problem related to this. Okay. So, determine the response of the system that is characterized by the impulse response h of n and to the input signal x of n, which is equal to 2 to the power n u of n, and the impulse response h of n is equal to 1 by 3 whole to the power n u of n. Now, determine the response of the system. Now, what do you mean by response of the system? The response of the system means you have to find y of n, right? So you have a system, and you are giving x of n to this discrete LTI system, and the impulse the impulse response of this system is h of n, and the output of this system is y of n. That is, the response of this system is y of n. Then how can I write y of n? Y of n is nothing but, y of n can be written as x of n, x of n. Y of n can be written as x of n. This is convolution h of n, right? That is, we can write y of n as x of n convolution h of n. Now, what is the equation of convolution in discrete LTI system? That is, y of n is equal to sigma k is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of k h of n minus k, right? So you have to represent these signals in k terms. So what will be x of k? X of k will be, just replace n by k, that is x of k will be 2 to the power k u of k, and just replace n by k to get h of k, that is h of k will be 1 by 3 whole to the power k u of k, and to get h of n minus k, just replace k by n minus k. So h of n minus k will be 1 by 3 whole to the power n minus k u of n minus k. Now the next step is to find the limits, right? So the summation limit you have to find out. So if you say this is a unit discrete signal u of k, and so this exists from, this unit signal exists from 0 to infinity, right? This will be 0 for less than 0. So we can write x of k is equal to 0 for k less than 0, and h of n minus k is 1 by 3 whole to the power n minus k u of n minus k. So this is the amplitude part. So in order to check the limits, you have to only consider this part, u of n minus k. So if you look, u of n minus k is a signal whose value is 0 for k greater than n. In other words, the signal exists for n to minus infinity. So we can say h of n minus k is equal to 0 for k greater than n. Now the limits of the summation is what? 0 to n. So we can write sigma k is equal to 0 to n 2 to the power k u of k into 1 by 3 whole to the power n minus k u of n minus k. U of k's amplitude is 1 and u of minus k's amplitude is 1. So we can replace this by, so this get replaced by y of n is equal to sigma k is equal to 0 to n 2 to the power k into 1 by 3 whole to the power n minus k. Now, if you can see the summation, you can split this, right? You can split this 1 by 3 whole raised to n minus k as 1 by 3 whole to the power n into 1 by 3 whole to the power minus k. And this 1 by 3 whole to the power n doesn't include this in summation, as the summation is only for k. So you can take 1 by 3 whole to the power n outside. So 1 by 3 whole to the power n outside, and sigma k is equal to 0 to n 2 to the power k 1 by 3 whole to the power minus k. Now this 1 by 3 whole to the power minus k is 1 raised to k by 3 raised to minus k. Now what is 1 raised to k? 1 raised to k is 1 divided by 3 raised to minus k. Now 1 divided by 3 raised to minus k is what? Is 3 raised to k, right? So we can replace this as 1 by 3 whole to the power n sigma k is equal to 0 to n 2 raised to k 3 raised to k. That is here. Now what is 2 raised to k into 3 raised to k? It is 6 raised to k. So this becomes this becomes equal to y of n is equal to 1 by 3 whole to the power n, sigma k is equal to 0 to n 6 raised to k. Now what is sigma k is equal to 0 to n a raised to k? We have an equation that is a raised to n plus 1 minus 1 divided by a minus 1. So what will be sigma k equal to 0 to n 6 raised to k will be 6 raised to n plus 1 minus 1 divided by 6 minus 1, which is 5. So we can write 6 raised to n plus 1 minus 1 divided by 5. So that is written here. So y of n can be written as 1 by 3 whole to the power n into 6 to the power n plus 1 minus 1 divided by 5. So this will be the output y of n. This will be the response of the system when we are giving a input as x of n, which is equal to 2 to the power u of n, and h of n, which is equal to 1 by 3 whole to the power n u of n. So suppose if like these questions come, like if suppose they are saying, if they are giving a input to the system, and if they sometimes they might ask, like if input is given, in the question input will be given and output will also be given, and they might ask for finding h of n. So you know that like x of n convolution h of n is y of n, right? So similarly the important point is convolution in time domain is what? Multiplication in frequency domain. So this becomes then you have to convert it into frequency domain, and this becomes multiplication, and it will be simple to do it. Okay. Now so this is all about this discrete time LTI system and convolution, some related problems. So thank you so much.